Long ago in ancient Egypt, a king died, and the land felt it before the people did. The elders say Egypt once lived in balance. The Nile rose on time. Crops grew. Families slept without fear. That was when Osiris ruled. Osiris was loved. Not because he was soft, but because he was fair. He listened. He taught people how to live with the river instead of fighting it. When villages argued over land, he settled it. When hunger came, he opened storehouses. People spoke his name with calm voices, and that calm fed hatred. Set was his brother. Set ruled the dry lands where nothing grew easily. He believed strength came from force, not mercy. Each time Osiris was praised, Set felt smaller. Each time people bowed to Osiris, Set felt robbed. The throne burned in his thoughts. The story says Set smiled while planning the end. He called for a great feast, claiming it was to honor Osiris. Music filled the hall. Wine flowed. Laughter covered danger. No one expects betrayal when joy is loud. At the center of the room stood a wooden chest. Smooth, heavy, perfectly made. Set said it was a gift for the one person whose body fitted exactly. Men laughed and tried. None fit. Then Osiris stepped forward. The moment his body rested inside, the lid slammed shut. Nails were driven in. Hot resin sealed the cracks. Osiris shouted once, not in fear, but in shock. Then there was only silence. By the time the guests understood, it was too late. The chest was carried to the Nile and thrown into the dark water. The river closed over it, as if swallowing a secret. That night, Egypt lost its king. Set took the throne, but peace did not follow him. Fear spread. The river felt different. The land no longer trusted its ruler. And Isis began to search. Isis was Osiris' wife. The stories say her grief was quiet but endless. She followed rumors, shadows, broken trails. She crossed borders, spoke to strangers, and listened more than she talked. She found the chest far from home. Inside was Osiris, cold, still, changed. She brought him back and hid his body, holding on to hope, or maybe refusing to let the story end that way. But Set found him again. This time, Set's hatred went further. He destroyed what remained. He cut Osiris into pieces and scattered them across Egypt so no one could ever make him whole. Set believed this was final. He was wrong. Isis searched again. Marshes cut her skin. Desert heat burned her feet. Piece by piece, she gathered Osiris. Through ancient knowledge and deep love, she restored him enough for one final moment. Osiris did not return to rule the living. Instead, the people believed he became ruler of the dead, a judge beyond the world they knew. From grief came life. Isis bore a son named Horus. She hid him, raised him in silence, taught him patience, not rage, taught him who his father was and what was taken from him. When Horus grew strong, he stood against Set. Their conflict did not end quickly. It stretched across years. Battles of strength, battles of judgment. The land watched. The gods, they say, watched too. Set fought with anger. Horus fought with purpose. In the end, Set lost the throne he stole. Horus became king, and balance returned. People later called them gods. But the story survived because it felt human. A brother consumed by jealousy. A king betrayed by trust. A woman driven by love stronger than death. And a son who restored what hatred tried to erase. That is how ancient Egypt remembered them. And that is why their names were never forgotten.